Mm, all right. I guess I am already live. Okay. So today is the fifth episode of my um, stock market trash talk. Okay. So today I'm much earlier than usual, and so I just finished my exercise today early. So that's why today I'm much earlier when I'm doing this um, stock market trash talk 5. Okay, so let's look at what's happening in the stock market right now. By the way, the stock market is not open yet because right now it is only 7 minutes to 9 p.m. Singapore time. Okay, and today is Wednesday, 11th May. Okay, and we are still slightly more than half an hour away from the market open. Okay, let's see what's happening in the market right now. So let me just launch my Twitter. So let me just refresh my Twitter feeds, right? Okay, so let me just go through my Twitter feeds, and I think you can see. Yeah. So the first piece of news you should be paying attention to is this. Okay, so it says what? This is one of the very famous uh, 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 Twitter users, one of the very famous Twitter users I'm following, Zero H, and it says as the stablecoin Terra collapses in digital bank run, founder outlines a path forward. Okay, so um, I actually have no special knowledge in stable coins. All right, but according to some of my friends, they are investing in this realm of digital currency. They told me that stable coin is a coin which is uh, tied to some fiat currency. Okay, some of the fiat currency you and me know of are US dollars. So I'm from Singapore, so Singapore dollars. So this stable coin Terra, the value of this stable coin Terra is actually uh, very much hinge upon um, the value of the fiat currency. And right now, I think the realm of stable coin um, industry is getting a hit, okay, really badly, okay, during this tumultuous uh, situation. All right, so I don't know what is happening over there, but I don't need to know because I'm not involved. So if I'm not involved, I have no special knowledge. Stay away from it. Okay, so that's the best piece of advice I can give my audience. All right. Okay, next, I think today you get to see. Oh, by the way, this is also another very interesting stock here. Okay, uh, it's called Peloton. Okay, so let me just search for Peloton share price. Okay, good. So let me just crop this out because it's easier for me to talk about Peloton on this PowerPoint. Okay, okay. So this is the chart. The Peloton price performance throughout the years. If I'm not wrong, Peloton IPO at about here at about 30 US dollars per share, and I will say the beginning. I don't think it's the beginning of 2020, probably late 2019. Okay, late 2019. It it get IPO. Okay, and since the IPO, right, I think you can see that just within less than 2 years, okay, Peloton had a great run up from 20 from the IPO price $30 to uh, I can we let me just estimate. I will say is less than $170. So let's take it as $170. So it had a great run up. So you take 170 divided by 30, you get like 5.5 to 6 times return. All right, okay. So the share price actually ran up 5.5 to 6x, okay, within just a very short period of time, okay. Like I would say less than 2 years. But since the peak here, okay, since the peak here, I would say early 2021, the share price of Peloton just crashed, okay. So right now, today, 11th May, Peloton is hovering at $13. Okay, so $13 is very much below the IPO price of $30 in late 2019. Okay, so in fact, Peloton right now is actually 50%, more than 50% lower than this $30. All right, more than 50% lower than $30. All right, so this is one of the growth stocks that have crashed among many. All right, so what is Peloton Interactive Inc? Okay, Peloton Interactive Inc is actually, okay, they call themselves a tech company. All right, but actually Peloton Interactive Inc is a how should I put it, is actually an iPad on a treadmill company. Okay, so basically Peloton sells an iPad on a treadmill. Okay, so okay, probably some of the people they are lazy. I would say some of the people, they are lazy to check it out. So let me just Google it for you. Just have a look at yeah. So this is the product. Of course, when Peloton sells you this product, so an iPad on a treadmill, or an iPad on a bike, on a stationary bike, you can call it. So on top of this product, they also sell you services on top of this hardware. All right. So but nevertheless, don't get confused by all these technical terms. What iPad on a treadmill or iPad on a stationary bike. Okay, so Peloton just sells you hardware and services. Okay, so nothing too fanciful, nothing too technical, not very technology focused also. Okay, very little tech involved. Okay, so I'm not buying into the narrative that Peloton Interactive is a tech company. Okay, I don't buy that. Okay, so since I'm not a fan of Peloton, and I will say I have a very superficial knowledge in Peloton Interactive, so it's not good for me to comment further on Peloton Interactive. But if you look at the share price performance since the late 2019, its IPO, then the price performance of Peloton had a disaster run. Okay, so far. Okay, next, let's look at some of the headline news. Okay, over here. So okay, so I think I have been talking about the stock market for a while without talking about a very important concept in the stock market, which is the long-term 10-year treasury yield. So yes, so you can just Google the US 10-year treasury note. Okay, so what this means that if you buy into this 10-year long duration treasury note, so basically you are getting 3.065% per year from your investment. Okay, so let me just get it out. Okay, instead of looking at just today, probably I should give you a 3-year chart of this 10-year treasury note, so you get a sense. So let me just okay, good. So I should hover it here, and then I should take a screenshot, and I will pull this to the PowerPoint. Okay, so if you look at this chart, right? Okay, in the mid of 2019, okay, let me just try to draw a line here because it's easier for me to talk about this 10-year treasury note price performance using a chart, several years chart instead of just one data point. All right, so you have many data points throughout this period from mid 2019 to this so from this mid 2019 till now. Okay, so I think you can see that in mid 2019 the US 10-year treasury note is actually at if you look at this, I will say it's slightly less than 2.5%, okay, per year. Okay, so what this means is if you bought this 10-year treasury note at this juncture, and then you are getting 2.5% per year, okay, return, okay, for your investment. All right, and since the mid 2019, right, I think you can see from the chart here, actually that the yield, the 10-year treasury note yield, right, actually crashed. Okay, it crashed. Okay, especially it hit a bottom of somewhere here, 0.729%. Okay, this is the I will say here is Jan 2020. This is July 2020. This is somewhere March 2020. Okay, so in March 2020, the 10-year treasury note, right, actually hit a bottom of 0.729%. So it's less than 1% per annum. Okay, so if you bought into the 10-year treasury notes at this juncture, you were getting only less than 1% return. Okay, for 10 years. Okay, so per year is less than 1%. So for the subsequent 9 years, you are getting 0.729% per year as well. Okay, so it's in other words, you are getting a very low rate for your investment. Okay, compared to if you bought the treasury note in mid 2019. So you must be wondering why the 10-year treasury note yield actually crash. Okay, so crash so much within such a short time. So just to give you a brief backdrop of a brief backdrop against which this happened. Okay, so if you can still recall, I think at the end of 2019, at the end of 2019, the coronavirus started to surface in China, and then since then it started to spread around the world. That's why it's called a pandemic. That's why that's why it's called a pandemic. Okay, it is affecting the entire world. Okay, even today, after so since 2019, now it's 2022. So even after 2+ years, and the pandemic is still wreaking havoc in the world. Okay, so just because of that, that's why the Fed, actually pushed down the Fed actually Fed, FED, okay, the Federal Reserve of America actually pushed down the 10-year treasury rate so that to provide ample liquidity for the market, so that to prevent the market from crashing. Okay, so if there is only one lesson you learn from this chart, right, it is, so if the yield goes up, right, generally is not good for the stock market. Okay, so I use the word it is generally not good. So generally it is not good for the stock market if yield goes up. So the reverse is also true. If yield comes down, generally it's good for the stock market. Okay, so that is the lesson, or the key point you want to grasp, okay, as an investor. Okay, so since then, since the March 2020 low, and the yield is coming back fast and furious. Right now it's at 3%. Okay, right now it's at 3%. So what does 3%, what does this 10-year treasury note at 10% tells us? Okay, so 10-year treasury note at 3% tells us that right now the world is having a period of high inflation. Okay, so we are experiencing a period of high inflation. So there are multiple reasons for this high inflation. So number one, so we have a supply chain problem. We have a supply chain problem due to the disruptions because of the lockdowns in China, the Ukraine-Russia war, and a lot many others. All right. So secondly, we also have too much liquidity in the system. Okay, we have too much liquidity in the system. Okay, like I said just now, to prevent a market meltdown in March 2020, in fact, the Fed means the Federal Reserve of the USA, so they pump in a lot of liquidity to the market to prevent market meltdown. So that at the moment we have too much liquidity in the system. Okay, so in other words, if you have a lot of liquidity in the system, so liquidity means a lot of money, so it drives up the price of the goods if everything is held equal. All right, and then of course the third reason for high inflation is so the third reason for high inflation is I will say okay, in fact I cannot think of the third reason. Okay, so so this is the funny thing, right? I think people generally like to quote you the rule of three. Okay, the rule of three. So they always like to give you 3 examples, 3 reasons, or three whatsoever. But actually, if I cannot think of the third one, yeah, I tried hard to think of the third one for this to explain this period of high inflation. I basically couldn't come up with the third one. Okay, if I cannot come up with the third one, then okay, let's just be happy about it. Okay, we stop at 2 reasons. Okay, but if you can tell me the third reason, of course, feel free to comment below. All right, so right now the 10-year treasury note is actually hitting 3%, so which is not too high, not too low, but it's slightly to the high end in terms of the past 10-year treasury note performance. All right, okay, good. So let's look at some of the stock performance pre-market. So like I say, the market is still not open yet. So right now, all stocks in the US market, they are trading pre-market. So in fact, right, this is the funny thing. Okay, in the USA, right, actually some brokerage, they actually offer they actually offer you services to trade pre-market and aftermarket. Okay, so what this means? This means you can actually trade almost 24/7. All right, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Okay, so I'm not saying this is a good thing, but to the gamblers or to the traders who like to go in and out of the market, of course, this service of trading pre-market and post-market, so is a paradise for them. But for me, I don't really trade in and out. I just buy and hold. So if I find that the price is right for me, if the valuation of the the companies that I like, they are reasonable, or if they are undervalued, then I will just add on to my existing portfolio. Okay, so the services of trading pre-market and post-market, it doesn't really affect me much. All right, so so if you look at what's happening to some of the stocks I'm following pre-market, right? Okay, so this is the interesting one, Roblox. So I'm not too sure how much you know about Roblox. If for those who don't know, Roblox is a metaverse or is a virtual reality um, uh, company. Okay, so basically they so I don't know too much about Roblox, but uh, on their platform, on the Roblox platform, you just need to download their apps, and then you can sign up for an account, and then you can start to create stuff in the virtual reality, okay, or they call it the metaverse, okay, on their platform. Okay, so for this Roblox, it's also interesting. Okay, you look at the share price. Okay, so this used to be one of the darlings of the stock market, yeah. But now all this nonsense have come crashing down a lot, okay, since their IPO or since their peak in early 2021, most of them. Okay, so if you look at the price performance of Roblox, right? Uh, so I think if you have listened to my previous trash talk, stock market trash talk, right? I think there is a common theme among all these growth stocks. They IPO around what? They IPO like uh, 2 years ago, okay? Like 2 years ago, okay? So for Roblox, right? It IPO, I will say early 2021, okay, over here. And the IPO price is, what's the IPO price? Let me just get rid of this. Okay, the IPO price is about $60. Okay, so look at the crazy run. Okay, it's since the IPO it ran up to $141 in less than a year. Okay, in less than a year. Okay, in less than a year, 2.5x, close to 2.5x. And then after that, what happened? Okay, so what's that? Okay, if you have a protractor, right? Can you tell me the angle here? Okay, so the crashing down towards Earth is fast and furious, and if you look at the pre-market price, right, of Roblox. So what's the pre-market price of Roblox? 21. Okay. Okay. So the pre-market is $21. Okay. So yeah. So I hope none of you are holding these Roblox. Okay. But once again, I want to emphasize again and again. I'm not too sure whether Roblox is going to go up from here, or it's going to stay flat, or it's going to go down even further. I have no idea. Okay, I don't know this company very well. I have not done any research into this company, so it's better for me not to comment too much about this company. Okay, so let me just focus on what the share price of Roblox has performed, okay, for the past 2 years. Okay, so yep. So I'm not trying to envisage how Roblox is going to perform from now on. Okay, but in fact the share price crash from 140 something to this $21 is really brutal, and if you are holding onto it, then you are actually hemorrhaging. Okay, hopefully you're still alive. Okay, so yeah, so pre-market, let me go to this website. This is one of my favorite websites because they give you the super investor portfolio updates. So this is one of the great investors I'm actually um, I'm not following, but I like to look at what they are holding. Okay, so if you look at the portfolio of this super investor, you can see that actually this super investor actually bought into this Fair Isaac Corp. I don't know what is Fair Isaac Corp. Okay, he purchased Fair Isaac Corp in Q1 2022. Okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, but I will check it out later on. All right, but I think you can see, right, most of the stocks in this super investors portfolio actually is in red. Okay, over here red means negative. Can you see? Minus means drop. Okay. I will say this investor generally this investor he's holding a lot of very very good companies. Okay, but I think at current level, I think it's a good time to add to some of these companies. All right. Okay. So I will do a deep dive on my own after this session. All right. So companies like PepsiCo, and then companies like Alphabet. Alphabet means the parent company of Google, and then companies like this Coca-Cola. So they are all like Visa. Okay, but even though Visa actually is actually having a very small percentage of the portfolio, it's like 0.02%. So these investors stake in Visa is really really insignificant. Okay, so I will do a deep dive on Fitco myself later on. So just to learn more about this company. Okay, so what is Fitco, by the way? Okay, yes. So I think that's about it for today. Yeah, so nothing serious, nothing major. So I hope you guys are doing well, and stay patient and stay focused, and of course stay safe. Okay, so thank you very much, and bye bye.